Shalom to all our viewers. Food with ideals, fighter planes, and colorful art, all of these on this week's program. We'll be starting in just a moment. Shalom and welcome to Israeli Salad. Last week we showed you how people come to enjoy a fast food lunch and at the same time donate money for the benefit of children with cancer. This week we're going to a restaurant where anytime you eat and pay, you help other people who can't pay. More than a month ago, Chef Moshe Basson, whose recipes are world-renowned, was still managing his eucalyptus restaurant in downtown Jerusalem. The restaurant was considered high class, and the customers paid for the quality. Today, Moshe is catering to a different target audience, people who don't have the means to pay.
I'm familiar with a lot of soup kitchens throughout the country, and this one is the most glorious I've ever seen.
I feel very comfortable over here, and they treat you very nicely over here. They give you very nice food.
I visit places where they take leftovers from different events and they mix it up and serve it. Here it's not like that. They cook. There's even a real chef. It's amazing.
Moshe Basson was contacted by a group of Jerusalemites with a novel idea, one that would help people in need. Together they founded the Karmei Ha'ir restaurant. Karmei Ha'ir caters to all sectors of the public, with no consideration of economic status.
This is a project of letting people eat with dignity. In this place, when they are here, they are thinking that they enter to a regular restaurant, and it's work like a regular restaurant.
The professional standard of the waiters and the fact that Karmei Ha'ir serves everyone, regardless of their ability to pay, eliminates one of the main problems of being served at soup kitchens: shame.
It all has to do with atmosphere. If you come to a soup kitchen where you're viewed as a miserable and poor person, you sit and wait anxiously to get out. But there are places where you feel comfortable. This is one of the most pleasant places to be.
To explain the psychological importance of his restaurant, Moshe quotes Rabbi Zusha from the Talmud.
I haven't seen in my life that somebody's dying from starvation, but I have seen a lot that have lost their life because they are ashamed. And this is the point. So the first support is to support them psychologically, that they can enter and they will feel free. The shame will remain outside.
150 people on average come each day for lunch at Karmei Ha'ir. There are no prices listed on the menu. Each customer pays according to his ability.
Everyone is going by himself, but everyone must go to the cashier, that it's in a point that it's not in front of anybody. Nobody can see what he's inserting to this cash.
You give whatever you can, and it makes you feel like you don't owe them anything. And if you feel good, if you feel you have money, you give. If you don't have, you don't give.
I get 1,330 shekels a month. It's hard. If I have some money, I put it in.
To pay for the lunch, methods of payment other than cash are also accepted.
If I don't have money to pay, I bring other necessary stuff.
Some of the stuff I'm not paying because I'm picking in the mountains. The other stuff, people are coming here with potatoes, carrot, lemons. It's people from the shuk, from the market of Machane Yehuda. Good people that this is the way that they are supporting us.
To cover the restaurant's expenses, Moshe wants to see more economically stable customers visiting and paying full price. Groups and families can order high-class suppers at Karmei Ha'ir, enjoy good food, while helping others enjoy the same. So if you're planning your trip to Israel, write down the following email and contact Karmei Ha'ir to order a dinner, and by doing so, you'll help fund this special institute. The email is karmei@netvision.net.il. That's karmei@netvision.net.il. salad34.il. And now buckle up, because it's time to meet the new fighter planes that joined Israel's Air Force fleet. Shlomo Blass brings us this report.
And Lockheed Martin Aeronautics, I'm proud to bring Israel the first Suva aircraft.
The two F-16I aircraft, which recently arrived in the Ramon base, are the first of 102 airplanes to join Israel's Air Force over the next few years. The F-16I fighter jet, or Sufa by its Hebrew name, is an enhanced version of the F-16 produced by the American company Lockheed Martin and is considered to be one of the most advanced fighter aircraft in the world. The Sufa, which means storm in Hebrew, is planned to become Israel's leading aircraft within the next coming years. The I in the F-16I's name stands for Israel. Advanced Israeli technologies have been incorporated into this model in a project which enjoyed high-level cooperation on many levels between Israel and the U.S.
We are operating the same platform, we are operating same technologies, and we are sharing same values and doctrines. From the industry point of view, the cooperation is excellent, and I think that the cooperation between the industries, the Israeli one and the Americans, is great, and in the end it's resulted in this magnificent airplane.
Chalutz speaks of some of the qualities of the new fighter jet.
The F-16I has many specialties: integration of high technology, electronic countermeasures, the communication system, the weaponry system, low altitude flying qualities, and some other technologies and capabilities that I'm not going to mention.
Another important attribute relates to the capability of the craft to fly much longer distances. Israel's first F-16A models were incorporated into the Israeli Air Force in 1980 and were used shortly after to bomb the Iraqi nuclear installation. The first Israeli pilots who flew the planes to Israel together with their American counterparts say the difference between flying this aircraft to others is like the difference between driving a low-class Japanese car to driving a Cadillac.
You are watching Israel National News TV.
In the coastal city of Netanya, right near the beach, is a promenade of art galleries. I visited Rafaela Becassis's gallery and met an artist who takes his art very seriously.
Here we have a painting called Blessings. Here's the creation of the universe, the Brit, Bar Mitzvah. It's the process from the circumcision until the wedding. Basically, all this is in our forefather Jacob's dream. In his dream, he saw the Jewish life cycle.
Rafaela Becassis, an artist from Netanya, was born in Morocco and immigrated to Israel when he was a child. Before his wedding, he decided to illustrate his own ketubah, the Jewish marriage contract. From then on, Rafael hasn't stopped working.
Every day, I sit in the studio for about 10 hours creating more and more. If you want good results, you have to invest your time. You can't hang out all day and then sit for a half hour and say, now I have the muse to paint.
Rafael's art is well known for the faces of the characters he draws. All faces seem to be facing up, even when the angle seems unrealistic.
The head is the part of the person that connects to the upper worlds. We have to always look up to our Father in heaven, who is above us, and accept His supreme holiness. This is part of my new exhibit called Women in the Bible. I combine paper-cut work with these drawings. This one symbolizes Sarah, the matriarch. I use the lacework technique, which has a feminine feeling. It's also considered an ancient Jewish technique.
To create art that involves Jewish aspects, you must learn the concepts thoroughly, as Rafael does before he starts working.
After I learn and read the relevant sources regarding the topic I want to illustrate, I sit down with my colors and paper and start drawing. For example, we produced this book of Psalms. We heard many people say, thanks to all the color, I started reciting Psalms.
With all the preparation and learning before painting, is Rafael Abekasis's art pre-planned?
My painting is never pre-planned. As you see, I work and it evolves. When I start, I don't know how it will look in the end. I want people to say wow when they see my art. Not just to say, okay, nice. I want to make a person feel good. One of the techniques that I started working with lately is decoupage, taking a few copies of the same drawing and playing with the height of different parts. That way I can create something three-dimensional.
When you see Rafael's artwork, it's self-evident that his work is inspired by spirituality and religion.
My inspiration is the Kabbalistic books of the Zohar and Kabbalistic books by rabbis like the Ramchal and the Ari. There's so much that inspires the imagination in these books. It's endless. I also like to work with silver. I decided to create mezuzot. The mezuzah is something that protects the house, something very important for a Jew. It's a mitzvah. Anywhere you go, the first thing you see is a mezuzah. One of my inspirations for all this color in the paintings is from the blue sea, the blue sky, the waves, the tranquility and calmness. All this I try to contain in my artwork.
Before we continue with our weekly insight, I'd like to welcome our new viewers from Chicago, where we're being broadcasted on local TV. If you're watching us on the web and have any idea on how we can reach your local TV station, don't forget to send us an email with your idea. In small communities or in synagogues with many prayer sessions, you sometimes see participants counting before the start of the services. They're counting to see if there are 10 participants in the prayer session. The idea of praying with at least 10 people is called minyan. I'm joined now by Rabbi Samson from Jerusalem. Shalom, Rabbi Samson.
Shalom, Yoni.
So, what's the meaning of the minyan?
There's a very interesting mechanism that's depicted by Rabbi Yehuda Halevi in the Kuzari. And Rabbi Yehuda Halevi says that what God does when Jews get together to formulate a minyan of 10 people is he patches together the thoughts of the prayers of the different people. So if we say there are 18 different blessings in the Amidah prayer, and one person is good at Yerushalayim and he's able to pray for Jerusalem, and someone else has someone sick at home and he prays for someone who is sick, and everyone has a different kind of intent in the prayer, what we do when everyone prays together, God assembles all of the different thoughts into one single prayer, and everyone receives credit as if he himself has prayed an entire prayer that includes all of the intents and kavanah and thoughts of the congregation at large.
So what happens when a person has no minyan and he has to pray alone? Is that okay?
Well, of course, a person is supposed to pray day and night, and there's certain prayers that can be recited only alone. It doesn't mean that that is the primary way to do it, because it says that God listens intently to the prayers of the masses. And just like in a democracy, the masses have their way, and that if you have a petition with a lot of people, the chances of being answered are greater than if it's just a matter of one individual.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Samson.
The Weekly Insight is brought to you in cooperation with Machon Meir, the largest Zionist institute in Israel, bringing people closer to Judaism.
That's all for this week. Join us again next week for another edition of Israeli Salad. I wanted to wish all our viewers, whether watching us on local TV, the internet, or the weekly magazine VCD, a Shabbat Shalom and Shavua Tov.